Hey folks, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you are doing well. I am myself. I appreciate everybody being here. I know it's been a little bit since I have streamed last. Unfortunately, I had to cancel last week because my son ended up sick the day I had planned on streaming. But he is well now. He had his medicine and everything's good. He's back to school, all that good stuff. Red Gal, good to see you. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody is doing great today. Let's see if I can get all of this stuff, if I can remember how to do all of this streaming stuff here. There we go. Cora, good to see you. Will, thanks for being here. Okay, I'm going to try and pronounce your name right, and I'll probably mess it up. Kailania? If I mess that up, I'm completely sorry, but thank you for being here. I'm glad you could catch the live stream. Okie dokie. I think I have everything set on my end. Ooh. Alrighty, so it looks like we have the Herald up today over in Jezreka, so we'll go and visit the Herald. I need to go and visit the hunting village so I can go and collect all of my traps because we are super duper close to maxing out the hunting skill to level 10. You can see we only need, I don't know, 21 points if I'm doing math on the fly. Hopefully I did that right. Oop. Interesting. A little bit of a stutter there in the game. That was weird. Alright, let's go and see about heading over. We're going to check traps and then we'll go see the Herald. So let's just run over here and catch the medieval Uber. Been really enjoying my tutorials. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad that they're helping you. Again, if you guys do have questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I don't mind answering them during the stream. Leslie, good to see you. Thanks for the super chat. You are super awesome. Thank you very much. John, good to see you. Your dedication to this game is admirable. Well, it's a fun game. I completely enjoy playing the game. Now, granted, I don't play it near as much as I used to. Obviously, I mean, people need a change in games. So, you know, in my off time from doing streams and stuff, I do play other games in the evening time, and I'm usually on my Discord and streaming those games with, you know, whoever joins me in the Discord. Right now I'm playing a game called Generation Zero. Kind of a how do I describe it? You're fighting machines, robots. But it kind of has that, it takes place in like the late 80s, and it kind of has that Stranger Things kind of a vibe to it. It's really fun. Wrathful, good day. Michael, good to see you. First live stream. Well, I appreciate you joining me. Violet, hello.
How are you?
Hello, Mr. Wagner. I need a ride, and we are going to go to Gustovia. And then we'll go from Gustovia to the hunting village. Not sure what's going on with the game. I'm kind of getting some low frame rates for some reason. Alright, Haas, let's go. Up on the stallion. Coming through. Watch out. I completely missed the last update, which I believe came out on November 7th. But I also heard that console has had their building limits increased, which is really good. I know that console players have really been wanting that increase, and I'm glad that they got it to you guys so quickly. I know I've kind of been in the Facebook and stuff, and I had mentioned to people that have been talking about the increase or talking about getting it increased and everything. When this game came out in early access on PC, it took us many, many months. And I want to say we started out with a 30 building limit, and then it went up to 65, and then we ended up getting the max at 130 with later updates. So it took a while before we could actually get our building limits up. So that was, it made expanding your village tough, because you would expand and then you would reach that cap point and you're like, oh, I'm not done. I need more buildings. But they did do it, and I'm glad that they got it set up for console so quickly. All right, let's nope, don't want to drink the water. I want to collect the fishies. Might have to make nets, I think, if we have to do this again. Let's see. Fishy, fishy, fishies. Bebe, good to see you. Glad you could join us. Got here just in time. Just got home from shopping with my mom. All right. What kind of shopping we're doing? Grocery shopping, Christmas shopping. Did you buy good stuff? Of course you did. Miss Nash took today off from work. She doesn't know when she's going to get another day off, and she ran up to the store this morning and got some stuff. Grocery store, that is. Violet, you've been getting low frame rate since the little update they passed through. It might be. It might have something to do with that. There may be some kind of an optimization tweak they end up having to do or something. I'm not completely sure. But I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I don't think you can, but I notice my frame rates keep dropping down to about 50. Between 50 and 60, and I normally get a steady 60 in this game. Now granted, I'm not on a super duper computer. My computer, it's maybe 4 years old, but my graphics card is not great. I'm still running this on a 1060 6GB graphics card. This is where we're, NVIDIA and everybody's already into their, 4000 series. So I'm a little behind the 8 ball on the graphics card, and of course when the miners started scooping them all up, graphics cards just got stupid expensive. But now I see that they're coming down. I am wanting to get a new computer built. I'm just not sure when I can do that just yet. Let's see. I did all of those. Don't have to reset those. Now, did I put... I guess I didn't put my rabbit traps and stuff up. Are those still over at the other village? Oh yeah, they are. There they are right there. So they're all still behind the food storage in the other one. Let's see what skills are at. Did I not get any? Oh. So the fishing traps do not count towards hunting. They're going to count towards survival. That's good to know. I did not realize that. The only reason I had placed the fishing traps was somebody had messaged me and told me that they do count towards the hunting. So I was thinking, oh, well, that would be great. But they apparently count towards survival. So fishing traps will help with your survival points. The rabbit traps and things like that are going to help with your hunting points. So I'm going to have to run back over there and do those traps. Once all of those break, I think I'm going to place those traps in this village. Since this is my hunting village, it makes sense that they would be here. That's a bummer. I was hoping that that would help with our points. The fishing traps, that is. Love how the village looks lived in. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not a super duper decorator. I mean, there's some people out there that are really big into the decorating in this game, which is awesome. I don't quite have that kind of patience when it comes to picking up and moving and placing the decorative items. Because to me, it's still a little bit wonky. You know, to where you have to hold E and then you got to move around. You pretty much have to put your fingers in a pretzel shape to get things going right. I mean, I like the ability that they put it in, but oh, no, I did not want to do that. So, if you don't know, if you come up to the Wagoneer and you stay on your horse or your donkey or whatever you're riding and talk with the Wagoneer,
hail, friend.
You can actually take a ride with the Wagoneer to wherever you're wanting to go. And when you get there, you're still going to be on your horse or your donkey. So that way you can actually take your donkey with you. So don't hop off of your ride when you get to the Wagoneer if you're taking the Wagoneer. Alrighty. Now let's check these. I think I'm missing a rat trap. Yeah, I've only got 5 of them. Nope. Arm it. There we go. Pulled my hammer out for some reason. Apologize if I sniff too much in the microphone. I've kind of got a little runny nose this morning. I'm trying not to make too much noise because that's kind of distracting. I'll just talk about it. Here, birdie, birdie, birdie. The one thing I have noticed, I'm not sure what update it came out with, but what was I doing? I was going around. Oh, I was doing some testing. Somebody brought up in my Discord the other day about getting iron out of the caves before you put the mine building in the cave. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. It's never really been a thing. But I said that, and then I ended up having to kind of correct myself because there have been cases in the past to where you can sometimes have the iron nodes glitch through the back wall of the cave before you put in the mine building, and you can access them. But I wasn't sure whether you could actually mine them or if they would not allow you to mine. You'd just be able to see them. Somebody verified that you could just see them, but you couldn't interact with them. But I had gone through each of the 5 mines and mined every ore out of there. So the salt, the tin, and the copper out of the cave, not the mine, the cave. And I went around to each of the 5 mines. Well, in doing so, obviously I ran into a few of the bears. And I had realized that they changed the skin and the color tone of the bear. The bear used to be more of a like a really deep amber color, and now it's more of a looks more fuzzy and brown. So that was kind of cool. I haven't done anything with bears in a while, so it was nice to see that they had changed that kind of a skin. All right, let's see what we got as far as points here. What are we looking at? Oh my gosh, we're like what's that? 23.3 points is all we need. Gosh, we might be able to just go out and kill a few things. Okay, let's turn around and let's go see the Herald. And then maybe we'll go out and kill a few things to see if we can get that level 10 today, because that would be nice. And Lambert, so we're in year 19, autumn of year 19 right now. If we go into here, let's scroll down. I believe Lambert is 16. Where's Lambert? Yes, Lambert is 16, so we still got at least a year and a half before I can play as my heir. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Oh my god, run! I like that. That's good. Alright, Mr. Wagoneer, I need another ride. We're going to go to Jezreka, and we're going to go talk to the Herald, see what he wants. Well, that's interesting. He, like, comes up out of the ground. Gaming Reflections, good to see you. Glad you could join us. Yes, take the horse on the wagon. It fits right next to you in the seat. He'll sit right in the seat next to you. So, what am I doing here? Oh, we're talking to this guy. That's what we're doing. Let's get out of the rafters a little bit. And let's do an F5. And let's talk to Gerald the Herald. Let's see. How old is the king? Let's see. How old is my king? He's 45. Okay. So he should still have several years left in him. Let's see. What does the king want? The king will be hosting a big wedding ceremony for a member of his family. He asks all of his subjects to provide coin for this prestigious event. I'll gather some coins. Wonderful. I'll await your delivery. If you don't want to carry everything here, remember that you can leave it in your storage provided that you have one, and tell me about it. I will have it collected later. Okay. So he actually states this, and I brought this up in the past. I recommend putting the stuff in your storage, whether it's food storage or resource storage or whatever. Put it in your storage, because if you actually carry the stuff on your person and come to him and talk to him, he's going to pull it from your storage if you have it in your storage anyway. He's automatically going to pull from that location first. If the items are not in your storage and they are only on your person, then obviously he's going to take it from your person. And he wants 1,500 coin. Shouldn't be a problem. I have that in my pocket already. And I also have it in my resource storage. Because I have my, I don't know, there's almost 800,000 coin in my resource storage. But that way, like if you're doing, you know, pies or breads or something like that, and you're running around to the little kitchens that are sometimes in the villages, and you're just buying the stuff, then obviously you're probably not going to have it in your resource storage anyway, and he will take it off of your person. But if you are crafting these items that he wants, and then you're like, oh, well, let me go get it out of my resource storage and I'll deliver it to him. Don't do it. You can actually just have your wife tell him that it's ready to be picked up, and you don't even have to go and visit the Herald a second time. Gaming Reply, you can't take your son on the wagon if you're out on a quest with him. So do you have to wait for him to catch up with you if that's the case? Or does it fail the quest? That's interesting. I would think if he's not going with you on the wagon, then you just have to wait for him to literally run and catch up with you. The Wagoner prices eventually are affordable. It depends on your perspective on affordable. I ended up hitting the 1,000,000 coin achievement mark, so I've got a ton of coin on me, so I don't mind spending it to take the Wagoneer. Still in your first year, so can't quite afford those guys. I understand. Stone knives. Stone knives are really good. Leather for leather bags. Leather bags are good if you can get your hunters to collect leather. Feathers. Your hunters don't even need tools to collect feathers. Take the feathers and have your logging people, your woodcutters, collect sticks. And in the smithy, you can turn them into bolts, wooden bolts, and sell those. That way you can get you lots and lots of coin early on in the game. I mean, everybody's kind of got their thing that they like to sell and gather and stuff like that. Loco, good to see you. Question for you. How are you able to build more than one of each type of trap? Okay, so if you go into the skills, so let's go into the management screen, go to skills, you're going to go to hunting, and then you can go down here to trap master. Now I've got 3 and 3 of trap master, so it increases my trap limit to 5. So I can build, let me back up just a little bit. So if you go to the traps, before taking any of the points, excuse me, let me get a drink. My throat is funky today. So if you go into the traps, you can see that I can have right there in the center where it says rabbit trap, it says 6 of 6, and that's because I have the 3 of 3 in trap master. But without the trap master, you can originally build 1 of each type of trap just from the get-go. As soon as you start the game, you can build 1 of each type of trap. Now the fishing traps are a little bit harder to build because you need the linen thread, and early in the game it might be hard for you to come across linen thread unless you have made big crops of flax, so you're getting that flax to come in, and then you're turning it into the thread and everything. But you can build 1 of each of these traps. There's 3 types of fishing traps, and then there's 3 types of these other traps. You got the rabbit, you got the bird, you got the rat, and then you got the small, medium, and big fishing nets. You can build 1 of each of those. Then if you take the skill, not that button, if you take the skill for hunting trap master, it will increase your trap limit for each level you take. So then you can build that many more. So like mine says I've increased my limit by 5, which means that you add 5 to the 1 that you can originally build, and I can now build 6 of each type of trap. So the animal and bird trap, I have, what do I have? 18. So I got 6 of each of those behind the food storage at my mining village, which we're going to head back over to, which I just checked those. And then I've got 18 of the fishing traps. It was a spike. Yeah, see, I dropped down to like 47 frames. Holy cow. Right. Let's head back over. Can I reach you? Yeah.
Hello there.
I need a ride. Let's go back to Branica. Let's go then. Do that. I probably didn't even need to ride the horse, but I do need to eat. Let's open this. Do I have any food and stuff on me? Yeah. Let's eat a little bit. Let's push the right button. There we go. And do I have water? Yep. There we go. And we're going to drop all of this food off in the food storage, and then we can maybe go out and hunt a boar or 2 and see how our points go. Probably have to hunt more than that. Now you probably noticed that I've got my inventory right now. I've got it on infinity weight because I've been doing last couple of streams. I've been doing a lot of building and fence stuff and trying to get things going. I've also been working on trying to manage the weight in my resource storage because up until just recently, can I not set that? Oh, it collected. Okay. I guess once they collect, I will just let them break. And then I'll build the new ones over in the hunting. Oh, these collected pretty quick. New hunting level. Yay! There we go. We did it. Hunting level 10. Oh, we don't want to disarm. We want to collect. Oh, I caught a bird while we're standing there. Oh, I must have hit it with the... I disarmed it. I thought we caught a bird. Okay, good. Alright, let's go in here. Skills. Yay, we have 10 on all of these now. So now, what I would do is I would actually go and get a potion of possibilities so I could actually erase all of my skills, because I no longer need hunting knowledge 3 of 3. I don't need to gain any more experience because I can't gain any more experience. And that way I could utilize these points somewhere else. But when you take Potion of Possibilities, it erases all of these. It doesn't erase it. It gives you all of your points back, so you can actually respend them. You can reallocate them. It doesn't erase them. I'm sorry. That was poor choice of words. But for right now, what is this? Lock and load, faster bow drawing, crossbow loading. That is a good one to have, especially since I'm using the crossbow. Strong arm. Strong arm is going to be really good if you're actually using like the standard bow, the recurve bow, or the long bow, because it slowers the stamina consumption. When you draw the bow back, you're using stamina to hold the bow back. As to where if you're using the crossbow, once the crossbow is cocked, then it doesn't use any stamina. You can aim the crossbow as long as you want. It doesn't use any stamina. But because it's super slow at loading, the lock and load option here is really nice to have. So we're actually going to I'm going to use the 2 points that I currently have, and then I will do a Potion of Possibilities later, and I will reallocate these. Game Leah, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Finally caught a live stream. I discovered this game just recently and I'm loving it. Well, good. What's the respawn time for the mines? Season change. That's usually the respawn for a lot of the things. So like the ores in the mines, they'll respawn at season change. Your animal locations, I believe, respawn. I think they respawn on season change. I don't think it's a daily thing. Haven't really checked that. But we probably could test that real quick, because I kind of need to sleep, but I can probably go out here, load up the bow, and let's see if we can go out here and find us the boar. I like hunting these boars right over here. These guys right here. We'll see if we can hunt all of those boars and then go to sleep, and we'll test that real quick. But I don't think that they respawn on this day. I think they respawn on the season. And somebody may verify that in chat before I even get this done. There's one right there. One down. Another one over there. So when you're looking for these areas, if there are animals in that area, so if they're boar, like in this area, then the icon on the map will be white. Once you have hunted all of that animal, some clay, a shovel. Once you have hunted all of that animal, the icon will be grayed out. It'll actually be really hard to see. So it's a good indicator. That way you're not still running around looking for boar or whatever animal you're hunting. My knife broke. When they're all gone. They only had 2, because mine is gone now. My little icon is grayed out. So there were only 2 boar. So now we can go back, we can sleep the night, and see if they respawn real quick. Yeah, Gaming Reflections is saying every season as well. I was pretty sure that's what it was. But we'll run back into town here and go sleep. Gaming Reflection. It took me a little bit to understand what you were saying there. The AFAIK. I'm like, what on earth is he spelling? I get it. As far as I know, got it now. We're gonna test it and know for sure. Alrighty. So again, we got the animals up here. We have the boar right there, grayed out. We'll sleep the night real quick. You can sleep away the season on the 3rd day in your season. So now let's open the map. Let's go back down there. Yeah, see, it's still grayed out. So it is on season change, not on just sleep in the night. And it is super foggy out today. Holy cow. Alrighty, so I think what I want to do now, we were working on fencing and stuff over in the hunting village. Oh, I should probably go put those traps up over there. It'd be nice to have those traps over there. Let's not do that. Let's call Os, and let's head over to the hunting village. We'll put up some of those traps. Actually, let's check the traps here before I go, because if I can clear all of these traps, then I can just put all of the traps up over there. Not that I need them anymore. I just want them there for aesthetic purposes now. Because what I'm planning on doing is at the end, when we end this series, I'm going to make this game save available. Now granted, it'll only be available for PC players because that's what I play on. But that way PC players can actually download the game save and you can actually walk through this game and see everything that I've done. You can add to it or continue playing as my son, because I'll play as my son, and then shortly after will be the end of this series, and then I will start a new series for Medieval Dynasty. And I'm actually thinking about doing like a challenge series. So what would really be nice is if you folks aren't on the Discord, if maybe you could join the Discord. You know what, I'm just going to go ahead and disarm that. Can I destroy it? Just disarm it. Let's just destroy that. And we'll destroy that one. There we go. If you guys could join the Discord, the links to my Discord are in the description. And then you can go over there. There's a section for Medieval Dynasty chat. If I was smart, I'd have just run over here to this Wagoneer. And then give me some ideas of what you would like to see me do in the next series. You know, like I mentioned, I was thinking about doing like a challenge series or something. Oh, yeah. But kind of give me some ideas of what you'd like to see in the next series. I need a ride. Let's go to Gustovia. Let's go then. Brian, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Gone through hours of your videos. Nice to see you doing live streams. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I started live streaming. Oh, I've probably got about 12 to 15 live streams now. And I've only been doing Medieval Dynasty because I only really have time right now to be doing live streams once a week. And as we saw last week, that can be thwarted quite a bit because I wasn't able to actually live stream last week. All right, let's call Haas. But I think it's going to be excited to actually start a new playthrough and do something a little bit different. So in this playthrough, I did the 5 different villages. I am playing until I get to play as my heir, because even though I've played the game for a little over 2 years now, I've never had the chance to play as my heir yet. I've never rushed the game to do that. So it's kind of nice to actually be able to play the game in its entirety and be able to go through the option once my son turns 18 to play as him. Ryan, you did help me set up my game properly. I do have one question for you. Should I make several small villages or just focus on one big one? There's no right answer to that, Ryan. I've always advocated that you play the game the way it makes you happy, the way you enjoy it, because it's your game. I don't want anybody playing a game like I play it if that's not your play style. You know, that's one thing about this game, is you can play it however you want to play it. Unlimited weight on or off. You can have the health on or off and all that good stuff. They put all those options in the settings for you to play the game like you want. Now, is it better from a ease of play standpoint? I think it's probably better to have one large village rather than having like 5 separate villages or 6 separate villages like I have. I've got 5, technically 6 if you count the builder's hut, because the builder's hut is not part of a village. Because the way I've done it, each village has their own thing that they do. Like this village here is my fishing and hunting village. That's what they do. They fish and hunt. I've got a farming village. Let me get back over here. So I've got the farming village over here at the split of the river. So that's what they do. That's all my crops, all of that. I've got a lumberjack village down here by the lake. That's what they do. But the drawback to this, the way I've set it up, is I have to go to each of those villages for those particular items that I need. If I need to use the sewing hut, my sewing hut's over in the farming village. If I need to go and cut logs into planks, I have to go to the woodcutting village to do that. And I did those on purpose, so that way it felt like each village had their own purpose in the game, rather than just going, oh, I'm going to make, village 1 and then village 2, and they're all somewhat identical, but they all have all of the stuff that you need. So like they would have a smithy, and they would have the workshop and the woodcutting station, so on and so forth. I didn't do that. I had each of mine as separate. So again, that just goes to show there's multiple ways that you can set your villages up in this game. I recommend there's actually people that I've seen that have multiple plays. So they have multiple game saves, and each game save is a little bit different. And then they end up playing the one that they, are more comfortable at. You can make tons and tons of saves in the game. I mean, I've got, I don't know if can I show you? Let's see. We got a load game. See, I've got a bunch of saves in the game. I mean, there's the one where I did, for the 1,000 logs. I still got that game save. I've saved some of the Sambor story stuff. There's my 4,000, start. This is my season 5 year 10. I mean, I've got a ton of saves for a lot of stuff that I've done. So I can actually go back to a lot of those, at least up to this point, and reopen those. Anything that's older than 1.0, the game, as far as I know, the game still doesn't transfer this over to the current update. But I believe I would have to contact somebody over at Toplitz, and I think that they can actually change these save files for me if I ever wanted to go back and revisit these. If there was anything that I would want to go back and revisit, it would probably be my Season 1 game save, which I don't think... Yeah, I don't think I have that one available, because it's going to be way down here. I'm pretty sure that's it right there. Oh, there it is. Right there. 19. Because I got to year 19 in that one. But it wasn't enough. My son in this one still wasn't old enough for me to play as, because I didn't have him until like year 4 or something. Gaming, right? 30 viewers and only 9 likes. If you are watching this and you do enjoy my streams and my playthroughs and stuff like that, feel free, please hit that like button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm a ton. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. Again, links to my Twitter and my Discord and stuff are all in the description below. There's even links to some of the guides that I've done, some of the big featured guides that I've done in the description of each of my videos. So feel free to go and visit those as well. Not right now, obviously after the stream. Or open a second window. Alrighty, so let's see. David, good to see you. Thanks for just popping in. Good morning. Let's see. Brian, that's kind of how I went. Several small villages. I saw another video elsewhere on resource buildings. They're all linked together. Yes, all the resource and food storage buildings are linked together. Let's see. I got 2 saved. One new game after following your video. Oh, nice. Let's see, on getting all the items needed and 1 game that is growing villages. Nice. Okay, very good. Game layout. In my home village, I plan to have all the crafting buildings I need, but I'll set up other villages that specialize. There you go. That's a nice idea. Let's see. Michael, do you know if the devs plan on a full release for Xbox or will it remain a cloud only? That I don't know, but you could probably go over to the Toplit's Discord and go over into their Medieval Dynasty section and ask that very same question there, and I'm sure that you're going to get an answer very rapidly because there's almost always somebody over there answering questions and things like that. But as far as the console stuff, I don't know a whole lot about that other than what I read in the updates themselves. But as far as full release, the game is in full release. So it's not early access, you know, for either Xbox or console, I mean, or PC. It's on full release. But I believe you're talking more about cloud access and stuff. Let's see, Brian. Yes, multiplayer is in the roadmap for next year, right after the armor update. So, armor update is slated first, and then co-op mode is slated second for next year. I don't have exact dates because they haven't announced those yet. Yeah, I was just looking at the roadmap today. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. There is a Reddit page for Medieval Dynasty. So there's an older one, and they've just created a newer one now. Let me see. Yeah, so it's Real Medieval Dynasty is the new officially supported Medieval Dynasty Reddit page. And let's do this. And let's do this. There we go. So, Real Medieval Dynasty is the new Reddit page. So if you guys are on the Reddit, they are trying to let people know this is the new Reddit page and everything. And then you can actually see right here, there's a current roadmap. And this is the current roadmap right here. So we've already got the Air update, which happened this year. And then, of course, you guys got consoles. And then in 2023, we've got the armors, crests, shields, and more update coming. And then we have co-op mode after that. So, again, it's just slated for next year. We don't have what quarter they're going to be planning those in yet. I assume that probably in the next month or two, they're probably going to come out with a new roadmap. That's just my guess. So that way we'll have the 2023 updates and then probably what they have planned for 2024 as well, because they're still updating the game. They haven't stopped doing that at all. All right, let me get rid of that and get rid of that. Bring this back up so I can see the chat. Ah, thank you for the pronunciation. So that I'm assuming that's Gamelia. Okay. Good. I should have started with that. It's fine. I try not to butcher names, but it's a thing. I do that all the time, unfortunately. Now, where can I find the pronunciation guide for the in-game names? They are challenging. I just roll with it. I've had people fuss at me because they feel that I don't try hard enough, and I do not do well with foreign names, unfortunately. And it's nothing against the names or the language or anything. It's just it's tough for me to do it sometimes. But I appreciate you doing the pronunciation. That helps a lot. Okay, see my cash flow. Oh, my cash flow sucks. So what I was doing to reach the 1 million coin mark for the achievement, I was making and selling a ton of stuff. And I went out each season and I hit every vendor every season, probably starting from about year 5 in game. I didn't do a whole lot of it on in the recordings because I was still doing recordings at that time and uploading them. It's only been recently that I started doing the live streams. Now I have done some of the selling, the crafting and selling on the live streams, but I still am working on my market stalls and what they're selling, and they really don't sell a whole lot. They don't bring in a ton. Matter of fact, let's go to the resource storage, because your market stalls, the money that they bring in is going to go into the resource storage, not your pocket. So there's all of my coin there. I've only got a little bit of coin on me. I've only got about 52,000 coin that I just keep on me for random stuff. But I've got 874,000 coin in there. Now, as far as revenue coming in, I don't have a ton coming in. Clearly, because I've dropped down below that million coin mark, so I'm spending more than I have coming in still. So it's something I need to work on. But for selling purposes, I was selling iron tools, specifically the sickles, not the scythe. I was leaving the scythe for the farmers to use, but I was selling sickles. So if I go into management, do the buildings, let's go to services. You can see I've got a bunch of stalls. I don't need this many stalls, but because I'm doing 5 different villages, I wanted to put 2 stalls in each village. That's what I wanted to do. And the reason I wanted to put 2 stalls is because I would have a married couple running the stalls. That was their whole thing. So a lot of the stalls, I literally just have them assigned to selling a very small number of things. Now this one here, this one's doing the small wicker baskets. Now I couldn't increase that because, as you can see, I've got almost 300 in there. So we'll take that up to 10% and we'll see how that does. But it's only getting me 119 coins a day. And then I've got the food stalls. Now these here are mainly selling my honeycomb, which I can increase. But as you can see, I just gave an intensity of 1. That way I don't get the little thing at the top left of the screen telling me that my market stalls have an issue because they're out of product or something. Because if you sell it too fast and when you're out, it gives you a warning. Because I'm still working on getting all of my food storages and resource storages and stuff set up. But like this one here, this one's selling quite a bit of stuff. You know, I'm selling feathers. I've got almost 11,500 feathers on hand. I'm having this sell a little bit of extra firewood right now. So far, they haven't burned through all my firewood by selling it, so I have plenty for each season. Because I don't like to... My play style, I don't necessarily like to micromanage, so I'm not having people do something one season and then having that same person do something else the next season as far as jobs. I put people in their job and I leave them there. So like my farm, I have a ton of farmers and I think I have like 4 barn workers. You know, so if they don't have anything to do, they just don't have anything to do. You know, if there's no crops being put in the ground or harvested, then there's just no crops being planted or harvested. It's not like I'm going to go and pull those people and put them into doing something else. But I'm selling fertilizer, so ideally what you want to do with the stalls, the market stalls, is sell things that you know you're going to have an abundance of. So whether you can, you know, maybe have an abundance of iron. Instead of selling the iron, I would say set up and sell some type of a tool or weapon. That way you're getting more bang for your buck, so to say. As to where's my tool stalls? So in my tool stalls, you can sell, I'm selling iron bolts. I'm selling them at a 50% intensity right now, so I'm selling 90 a day. That's 9 craft a day because you make 10 iron bolts when you craft it. I'm also selling the simple bags and iron knives. Now granted, the simple bags are low because I'm only selling like 1.5 a day. I could probably increase that a little bit, but I don't have enough production going on those yet because they only use the simple bag for farming as well. So ideally, I would suggest maybe making the bigger bag for your farming and then selling the simple bags. That way you can increase this to whatever you want. That way you're getting more sales a day. But for me, my stibblers is trying to find the one that has the sickles. Yeah, there we go. So I'm selling iron sickles. You can see I've only got 2 on hand because they've already gone through them. I got the intensity set up to 93%. So I want them to sell all the iron sickles as they come through. And they're doing that. And I'm making 1,000 coins a day on just iron sickles alone. But everybody has their own thing. But I would go through when I was selling stuff. I would make a ton of iron bolts. I would make some sickles. I would make some simple bags. And then I would carry like sticks or stones. So I'd turn my unlimited weight on and I'd carry sticks or stones on me. That way I could sell all of the big item stuff first. And then I could clean the vendor out with the smaller items like the sticks and the stones because they only sell for like 0.2 coins or something. Brian, oh god, there's an achievement for 1 million coin. Yes, there is an achievement for 1 million coin. I've got 900, not 900,000. You better get your side hustle on. Let's see, I'm back down to 200 from 2,000 start. Okay. Might be time to revisit some of those stone knives again. If you've got, long season days or whatever, a lot of times what I would used to do is do sessions. So I would literally take a session and go and I would gather stone and I would gather sticks. Now this is early game, and I would craft a ton of stone knives. That way I can go and make some quick money. That way I can buy the crossbow, or if I needed some ammo or something, I could buy it before I had the ability to craft some of the ammo that I needed. Things like that. If you needed fertilizer to get crops and stuff going, so on and so forth. Crazy, good to see you. I'm chasing Nas. I'm at about 500,000. Nice. You're halfway to that million mark. That's good. I tell you what, it takes a long time because you can only get so much coin from the vendors. I think you can get somewhere between 40 and 60,000 coin per season if you're clearing all of the vendors on the map of their coin. And I think the only vendor on the map that doesn't really have any coin on them, and this is going to be a spoiler for some if you haven't reached that point, but Sambor. I believe Sambor, once he becomes a vendor, I don't think he has additional coin on him if you wanted to use him as a vendor to sell stuff to. Now, granted, you can buy from him and then do that, but he doesn't sell anything that is resource useful. So like if you go to let's say Lubomira over in Branica, the sewing lady, and you're buying wool, so you can go and buy all of your wool, and then you can sell her whatever items that you're selling to get that coin back. You can't do that with Sambor, because I don't think he has a stockpile of money. Like a lot of these vendors will have somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 coins on them. Sambor doesn't. And I believe that is the only vendor that is like that. AK, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I still don't know how to increase happiness. Okay, so you don't know how to increase the happiness of the villagers. It's actually pretty simple. Food, water in the food storage. Make sure that they have a house. Make sure that they have a job that they like. So if you are, let me go into my management. So you want to make sure, so like Agnes here, I've got her set as a cook because that was her highest. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Okay, come on. Get out of that. Let's reopen that. Management. Where did she go? Dude, I lost Agnes now. What? Okay, stop doing that. Get back up here. There we go. Agnes. I realized I have a child named Agnes too. Okay. But I have her set as a cook because she was a 3 in production. Now, she is a 3 in 2 other things. But ideally, you want to place them in a workstation that is their highest level, whichever section that is. Now, because she has a 3 in all of these, I could physically go and talk with Agnes and create a dialogue with her, and she will tell you what she doesn't like. So then that way you can eliminate putting her in a position that she doesn't like. That's going to help you increase their mood. Then if you want to make sure to upgrade the house, so upgrade the house to where it has the best materials. So on their houses, you can upgrade. Let's see, do I have my hammer on me? Repair, destroy. Yeah, add insulation. But if you go up to the house, you can change, when you're building the house, you can change the wall structures from the wattle to the wood to stone. And those are all upgrades. So obviously, if you put everybody in a solid stone house and you give them the best roof, that's going to give you more happiness. They're going to be much more happy being in a house like that than one that is made of wattle. Adding insulation to the house is also going to increase happiness. Bigger houses. So you have the the small simple house, which is the 3-bed house, and then you have the simple house like the one in front of me, which has 4 beds in it. Then you have the house. Is it? Yeah, there's 4 beds. There's 2 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Then you have the house, which is the biggest house. Now the only difference between the simple house and the house is the size. So the size is bigger. There's a bigger footprint. But it also increases happiness too. Having the bigger house, and then obviously upgrading all the walls and doing the insulation and stuff like that. If they have a workstation, then the workstations, what am I not seeing? The workstations, have I done that? No. Have they removed? Can I no longer upgrade the workstations? Wait a minute. I thought we were able to upgrade the workstations, the walls on the workstations. Yeah. Close durability, crafting, building master, handyman, insulating walls. Okay. There may be something I am missing here. Oh, there we go. Add insulation. So if you can add insulation to the workstation buildings. So if I added insulation to the hunting lodge, the people that are working the hunting lodge, that will help increase their happiness as well, because they'll have a more comfortable workspace. Alrighty, I gotta catch up on some of the chat here. You guys are getting speedy textures here. Yeah, so crazy mentioned that better houses. So anything that you can upgrade or add to the homes is going to help with happiness. Now your happiness is not going to go to 100 in a season. It's going to be a gradual increase, but it will also increase productivity. The happier that your villagers are, the more productive they're going to be. Be nice if Market Stall could sell anything, not just specific types. I would kind of agree with that. However, let me get back into here. Let's put that away. So the market stalls, by having the market stall sell different items, they have a different color tapestry above them. So the cover, so like on the food stall here, the cover's green. I believe on the tool one it's red, and then there's one that's tan, and if there's no assignment it's white. And I think that that's why they've done it that way, because if every stall could sell everything, I don't know that they would have the option to have different color markers or different color covers. Now, I don't know if that would be easy for them to change or not, but I mean, granted, I guess your market stalls could be like a Walmart. You could have an automotive section and a grocery section all in one building. I personally kind of like it, but I think maybe resources and tools could be combined as to where food could probably be separate. But I like the idea of having the different color tapestries over them. Yeah, gaming's like it likes the current system. Wish they could sell more of each item per stall. Yeah, there is a cap. There's kind of a cap on what you can sell. Yeah, being specific is much easier than trying to manage 100 items. Let me get my chat back here, because Trying to catch up. I try to read everybody's chat, so it's sometimes you guys get ahead of me, or I see people having internal conversations, and I just got to determine what is what here. Have to tear down if you started with Waddle, I guess. You can't. You do not have to tear the whole house down. You can actually remove the wall and then reselect what you want that wall type to be. Now, your people, by breaking the wall, I believe it will kick your people out of the house, but they're not going to leave your village. They'll be unhappy because they're having to stand out front while you're doing construction. But then once you upgrade the wall, then you can put them right back in the house. But if you're going from the small simple house to the simple house, yes, you have to remove the house and build the new house. And then if you're going from the simple house to the house, you have to remove the old house to build the new house. They do not stack on each other because they have a different footprint size. As to where, like your resource building, you can upgrade the resource building by just placing the new building on top of the old building because it has the same footprint. Same thing with the food storage. I think the houses are the only buildings that you cannot upgrade by placing the upgrade on the old building. Reaver, I found a way to put 2 people in each of my houses without them having children. If there is a large age gap, yes. Now you've got 10 years or more. It's actually 20 unless they've changed it. But it's always been 20 years age gap. So if they're only 10 years apart, you still have a chance of them marrying and having children. So Runny Nose, what are you going to stream? Medieval Wild West, or I'm assuming Wild West Dynasty, or Sengoku Dynasty? I'm not sure, because obviously I'm not going to have time to stream all 3 as much as I would love to stream all 3. I may have to do swap outs or something. But I do want, when when Wild West Dynasty comes out, I'm really excited to actually try and see what that's all about. Sengoku Dynasty, I am interested in seeing what that's about, but Wild West is kind of first on the list for me to try. So I'm probably going to do the Wild West Dynasty as a focus, unless something really goes south with it and it's very problematic or whatnot, but we'll have to see. But right now I'm not even sure when Wild West is coming out. I know it's supposed to be slated for the end of the year, but I'm not sure. I haven't heard any word on either Wild West or Sengoku, other than Wild West was supposed to be towards the end of this year and Sengoku was supposed to be early next year. That's all I know. But in the meantime, we're going to get through this series, get to play as my son, and I'm going to try and finish up these villages and everything, and then I'll start a new Medieval Dynasty series. Like I'd mentioned a little earlier in the stream, I'm going to do probably like a challenge kind of a series. Now, I'm not going to go super extreme with it. I want to be able to use all in-game settings, but I'm asking you guys if you could go on my Discord and leave me some ideas for the next series that you'd like to see, whether you still want to see me do multiple villages, or if you want to see me do one village, or if you want to see me do one-day seasons, if you want me to do it on like a hard mode or whatnot. Kind of give me those ideas. That way I can kind of start putting something together and kind of get all those things ready for when this series ends. Just catching up on a little bit of chat here. Randy, good to see you. No worries. Appreciate you joining us. Excuse me. Let me get a drink real quick. Yeah, Red Gal, the villagers will marry up to 20 years age gap. Yeah, if you don't, Crazy has a good point here. If you don't want a population boom like what I've had in my game, then use the small houses because they'll only have one child. And then you upgrade to the larger house when you're ready for that family to start having more children. I purposely set my game up so I would have a population boom, because I knew that I wasn't going to be going in this series. I wasn't going to be going beyond playing as my son. Now, if they come out and they have a huge update to where they've added a ton of quests, storyline quests or something for the heir, that would probably be the only thing that changes me ending the series. I'm not paying attention to my thirst. Thank you very much. Flatbread. And actually, we're going to run down here. We're going to sleep the night real quick and make it daylight. And sleep the next day. Let's see. If you change the season lengths, do the time on task adjust accordingly? For example, if I play on 30-day seasons, will a one-day farming task then take a week or so? No, because your tasks are performed on the intensity is set per day. So farming, okay, so the question you asked is a little more in-depth than that. So on the farming, your people can only plant, harvest, fertilize at one speed. You don't actually set the intensity on how fast they farm. So changing the days would only affect them if you're shortening the days per season, and then they just don't have enough time to do the crops properly. But if you're talking about doing a 30-day season, and let's say we're looking at go over here, say your kitchen. So when you're setting up any of the production buildings, your workstation buildings, you have an intensity level and the total per day. So you see the little in parentheses right here per one day. They'll keep making that item every day, whether you're on 5 days or 30 days, and they'll only make that many per day. So right now I've got them making quark, and they're making 1.06 per day. Doesn't matter whether I'm set on 5 days, which I am, or if I was set on 30 days, they would still make 1.06 per day. So having the season length it doesn't affect how fast things are produced. The only thing that affects how fast things are produced are whether they have materials to produce those items, and the intensity level, and the level of the skill for the villager. The higher the level, the more that they can produce with the set intensity. Drink, drink, drink. Oh my goodness, I did. There was a question on Facebook I saw, it might have been yesterday or day before or something, asking how many times you've died from starvation or, from not drinking or anything. And I literally had to state on there that I've never died from not drinking or not eating. And especially since I've started streaming, because you guys are yelling at me when I need to drink. So, thank you for not letting me die. Everyone type drink. It's only a drinking game when I'm dying of thirst. Yeah, so changing to 1 day is a challenge for farmers. So yes, so if you are going to do a 1 day season, then you're probably going to want to make your farm plots smaller. So if you can see here, this is my orchard right here. So that doesn't count in this scenario that I'm fixing to talk about, but this is a 16 by 16 crop. I have this crop split in half so that I have rye on one side and oat on the other for my animal feed. So they will only do what is needed for the season. They'll only plant for the season they can be planted in. These others, I ended up turning these 16 by 16 plots into 7 by 7. You can see they fit in the same footprint as the 16 by 16. Because I was noticing that my villagers were having a problem getting the crops done. You can only have 2 villagers that will potentially work 1 crop. But the second villager won't enter the crop to work it until the first villager is halfway across it. So having a smaller crop and more farmers with less days per season is going to help you get all of those crops done, especially if you're doing multiple crops. Now, if you're doing small crops, then it may not be that big of a deal. But you want to make sure that if you're doing 1 day seasons, that your villager can grub, fertilize, seed, and harvest what needs to be done in 1 day. So you may find that you may have to drop your crops down to like 5 by 5 or something like that. Something you'll probably have to test to see how it's working out. But that's how having more days in your season helps your villagers, because then they can go through. You can actually have those big 16 by 16 crops, and then it doesn't matter because you got 30 days or 15 days or whatever your days are set. They'll have plenty of time to go through and do that. It's just if you start adding more large crops, then it may have a problem later on, them getting all the crops done. Do the young animals produce manure? I believe the only animal that actually produces manure is the pigs. However, I think you as Rasimir can go and pick manure up off the floor of all of the animal houses except the bird houses. I don't think the bird houses have manure in the floor. Progressive, thanks for joining us. My first winter, I survived by a hair. Okay. First winter is tough. It can be very tough in the game. Now, when I first started the game 2 years ago, there was one of the early game quests that actually gave you, I think you ended up getting 2 pieces of fur clothing before the winter, so it would help you. They've removed that, so now you actually have to get your own clothing for the winter. And I highly suggest making, on the first few days, get you a ton of coin made up and keep the coin. That way you can or keep making the coin. That way when winter comes, you can actually run over to one of the seamstresses and buy you some fur clothing so you can actually make it through the winter pretty good. Otherwise, you can take your torch out. Torch will keep you warm. It'll help keep you warm. It'll eventually make you cold, but it will help. It'll slow the process. 16 by 16 they can't do in 3 days unless they start immediately on them. Yes and no. If you have one 16 by 16 crop, they can get it done in 3 days if you have 2 or more farmers. If you have one farmer, yeah, 3 days is going to be tough to get a 16 by 16 crop done. So smaller crops are probably better. I've seen people doing anywhere between 5 by 5 to like the 5 by 10s or 6 by 10s or something, maybe even a 6 by 12. But smaller crops I think are going to be more beneficial. The villagers are able to get them done a lot better. Or a lot quicker, I should say. I don't need my torch out, it's daylight. Only had to add leather gloves and you had 1 point in temp tolerance. I've never used the temp tolerance skills. I've put on more clothes. Now granted, there was several streams back. I had a fashion show. I went and I bought a bunch of clothes and stuff, was trying on different things. I believe somebody even posted at some point the clothes that they chose can get them through the entire year without having to change the clothes. They don't get too hot and they don't get too cold. I don't remember what those clothes were, but every piece of clothing has a tolerance level, heat and cold protection. So like the hat that I'm wearing, it's got a +5 heat and a +5 cold protection. The hood here has a -10 heat protection, but a +15 cold protection. So you can mix and match, the different pieces that you want to get what you're, go what you're looking for. I mean, if you're looking for style, it's one thing, and then you can change each season. If you're like, no, I don't want to change each season, I just want to work and get through the seasons without worrying about my clothes, then you can go through. As long as you have, let me go into here. If you look over here on the right hand side, you got your different scales. So here's your cold protection and your heat protection. I would imagine as long as you got each of those up pretty high, then you can probably go through each of the different seasons without having too much worry. But if you end up getting the little icon down next to your thirst telling you that you're too hot or you're too cold, then obviously you might need to adjust your clothing. But I'm pretty sure that if you keep it up to around 75%, you should be pretty good. Let's see, Brian. I keep getting pulled away in real life. Let me try this again. Do you prefer the donkey or horse? Do you like bronze or iron? Is iron the best in the game? Yes. Yeah, naturally iron is, typically the best in the game. However, I've seen people say that bronze, as far as durability, some bronze tools are probably a little bit better than iron, and then iron is good for selling. I don't know that there's that much difference as far as durability between the bronze and the iron. It's a really close window. Do I prefer the donkey or the horse? I have to say the donkey. I like the donkey over the horse. Now, granted, the donkey is slower. The horse is definitely faster. You can get around the map a whole lot quicker with the horse than you can the donkey. I just like the donkey. I like the look of it. Matter of fact, early on in my Season 5, I had Miss Donkey, who unfortunately we lost during a bandit attack because I was doing what I'm doing now. I was reading chat instead of watching where I was going, ran right into a bandit camp, and unfortunately Miss Donkey ended up dying. It was an awful day. But I do like the donkey over the horse. Just my personal preference. Yeah, it looks like Crazy commented as well. Horse is faster and smoother. Donker carries a little more. Yeah, iron is better than bronze, but it depends on what you're using it for. Are you using it for work tools or hunting weapons, or are you using it to sell? But I think all around, I think iron is ideally supposed to be better in the game. Let's see. My first winter was okay for just a fur cowl shoulder thing and fur boots. Yeah, there's a lot of things where you can get away with wearing just one or two winter items. Yeah, temp tolerance means that you don't have to swap clothes twice a year. I usually don't swap clothes. I went a long time without actually really swapping a whole lot of clothes. Now I would go and I'd put fur boots or fur gloves or something on just to make it through the winter without having to worry about getting the indicator that I was cold. Yeah, don't spill your coffee, Brian. Careful reading runny nose stuff. Now he's they can be pretty good. Let's see. Let's see. Brian, again, finally, when developing the village, can you share a close-up map shot of your main village to get an idea of how big the village should be? That's a tough one. So, again, this is going to be kind of a preference. Oh, Violet, I just read you have my download where Miss Donkey's still alive and well. That's good. That's awesome. Yeah, I really like Miss Donkey. Close-up shot of my main village. I guess that would be my mining village. So I don't know that I would call it my main village, but this is the village that I live in, that Rasimir lives in this house right here. This was the first village that I started with in Season 5. So I built the mining village first, and then I built the farming village second. And then I built the logging village, but I ended up building it here first. But I really struggled with this area. I just did not like that area. So I ended up moving my logging village back up here next to the lake. But I did the move middle way through the season series. Then I did the hunting farming village, and then I ended up doing the animal village last. As far as size, I think it depends on how you want to build. If you're wanting kind of a sprawling village, then these areas here through here are probably going to be better. There's a lot of trees over here. This has a lot less trees, but this area is all pretty well flat, and then you can kind of sprawl your village. I've seen a lot of people sprawling their villages out in these areas, which makes it really nice for farmland and stuff like that. But I kind of utilize the environment around, and I build according to that. Now, my hunting village, you can see the roadways and everything are more designed and laid out. So this was a decent flat area, and I was able to make, a lot of the straight line roads and stuff, and then place the houses and everything off of that. I even made a little, you kind of see my little bath houses over here. So I made little washroom areas and stuff. I got my lumberjack buildings and stuff over here. I got a tavern. There's even a kitchen and food storage, resource storage. I got a couple of market stalls. The what is that? The workshops. I have 2 workshops, but only one of them actually has people working in them. But this one here was a little more laid out and designed, as to where a lot of these other villages, I just started placing stuff. I do like to try to keep my roads straight if I can. And then, as you can see, I placed my houses. I kind of did these 2, kind of cattywampus to the corner. And then I did these others straight off the path. This is my archery range that you can see here. So I try to utilize the land around my village. Now this village here is less managed, so you can see I've kind of made the road, you know, kind of curvy going up through here with a few houses on it. Kind of goes into like a little cul-de-sac kind of a thing with a house at the end. And then I've put some houses along the main drag here. I've got blacksmith, 2 blacksmith here. I got 2 blacksmith over here, the resource storage, and then of course the mine. But none of the roads are like really straight. I did kind of curvy stuff. I followed the natural road through the game. I even did pathways up around crossing this little creek and everything. And eventually I was going to do excuse me, I was going to do a pathway leading up this is a hill right here. So I was doing a pathway leading up that hill to my little hunting area. I like to go out there and hunt the boar and stuff. So hopefully that kind of helps with the layout. But as far as size is whatever you want it to be. You can put your houses as close together as you want, or as they allow, or you can spread them far apart if you want to. In regard to tools, trying to make to sell, or I'll have to pimp my villagers out. As you remember, I have, a politician say, a negative cash flow position. As far as making tools and stuff, I mean, you can make whichever you want. I would say make what you can, make a few, and just test to see what you would like to make. Like I went for the sickle and the iron bolts. Iron bolts, I use them in my crossbow, so I just make an abundance of them and I sell the extras. The sickles, I make strictly sickles and sell the sickles. Extra grain that you're not using, flax and wheat grains sell the best. But don't sell all of your grain. Make sure you have enough grain to plant the next season as well. Because otherwise you're going to get yourself in a situation where you're always buying grain to plant. Donkeys are slower and easier to catch. They're also better kissers. Okay. Alrighty, runny nose. Ryan, sorry about all the questions. Played SimCity from day one. Lots of planning involved. No, I don't mind the questions, because usually if you've got a question, somebody else has the same question. Well, unfortunately, I don't have a donkey. But I will do, I am planning on doing another tour towards the end of the series to kind of feature all the villages and everything. I mean, as you can see, I'm still doing fencing and stuff. I want to try to decorate more of the houses. I've actually got a few more building slots, so I'm trying to decide what buildings I want to put up as well. But I will end up doing I'll do another tour of all of my villages like I did back in, episode 50. I did a village walkthrough at that point. And there's been a lot of changes since then. So it'll be nice to watch the episode 50 and then my village walkthrough that I plan on doing here pretty soon. Does the closest of houses affect the villager happiness? No. Yeah, the placement of the buildings doesn't affect happiness, at least at this point. Let's see, Cora, does the storage increase every time you build a storage building? Yes. So all the resource storage buildings are linked. So the storages are linked. So each time you build one, it'll increase according to what level storage building you're building. I want to say that the storage 1 is 1,000 and storage 2 is 1,500 or something, and storage 3 is 2,500. I don't remember all the numbers, but each storage level, 1, 2, and 3, also increases the storage capacity. And then each storage building that you build also increases the storage capacity according to whatever level that building that is built. So I recommend trying to get to storage 3 as quickly as you can and then adding those, but you can build storage 1s if you're building multiples around the map, and then just keep upgrading them. Brian, it would be nice if they would allow you to tame a wolf as a hunting pet companion. Yeah, I've been saying that for quite some time. I would really, personally, I would love to tame a bear. That's what I'd love to tame. Wolf, eh. Bear, yeah. I think it would be cool to go around hunting with a bear. When I've played other games, a lot of times I will use the bear as well. What was it? Guild Wars 2. I think when I did played their hunter character, I used a bear a lot of times. Let's see. I tell you, these videos really help me out. Good. I'm glad they do. Yeah, thank you, Violet. I do have a year 10 village tour. That's my episode 50. If you are on PC, there is a download in the description of that video to where you can actually download that game save, and you can actually walk through my villages and stuff at season 50, or at episode 50, year 10. Let's see here. Runny nose. Iron shovels, iron pickaxes, iron scythes are the best for 400 late game. With your best price upgrades, iron crossbows are 584 according to my book. Iron axes are good for 392. Nice. Okay, there we go. Gaming Reflections is shared in the chat the storage sizes. So level 1 resource, the level 1 storage is 1,000 kilograms, level 2 is 2,000, and the level 3 apparently is 4,000 kilograms. Wow, 4,000 kilograms. Really? Nice. I guess I didn't realize it was that large. That's good though. Yeah, see, there's a lot of stuff I don't really pay attention to a lot of that stuff. I just go through and I build, and I do, and I play. And, like the villager happiness, I've never paid attention to my villager happiness. I just play the game. And the happiness ends up going up or down according to events and things that I build. I don't have many of these planks on me. I gotta go cut some more. Ghoulish, awesome, caught alive. Nice, glad to have you here. 3 a.m. Holy cow, I hope you didn't get up just for me. Jeez Louise. Unfortunately, we are on the tail end of the stream here. Probably going to stream for about another 20 minutes, I think. Been answering a lot of questions. What's the point of the palisades? Do bandits attack the village? No, they do not attack the village. Right now, the palisades are decorative. However, I have a feeling that the devs are working towards possibly adding in village attacks at some point, because they're coming out. So the next update that they're working on is the shields and armor update, I guess it is. So that would lead me to believe that we're working towards some type of attack like that. So palisades, I'm hoping that palisades actually come into the game as a usable village protection. Oh, ghoulish. Haven't slept, man. Dude. Well, hopefully I can put you to sleep. Yeah, there's about an hour and a half of stream that you can catch up on later. Let's see. Brian learned a mechanic about the villagers. Their animation does not dictate what they are actually working on. Yes. But actually is progressing. Yeah. So the villagers, just because you see them doing an animation, it doesn't necessarily mean that's the animation that they're doing, or that's the actual thing that they're doing. It's just an animation showing that they're working. Yes, you have to look at the blue progress line in the management setting. Let's see. Go here. No, this. I think you actually have to look at the person. Is that right? That's for the level. That's for their level. No. Where is... Trying to find it here. Doggone it. Here. The total per day. Yeah, this right here. So that's their progress bar. So that's how much of this item they have completed. I was trying to show, you know, what Brian was talking about. Runny Nose, did I see someone of Facebook post photos of bandits in their village? If there were bandits in their village, it would have been a glitch, or they did not have buildings built close enough to the spawn location, and that would have probably been the only way that bandits would have spawned in their village. But that would have been interesting. However, your villagers do not take damage from any outside source. So you would not lose villagers because of that. Leslie, thanks for the stream. I appreciate it, Leslie. I miss your independent videos. Yeah, I haven't done any video editing in a while. I've gotten busy with my business, and I've got family stuff going on. This is my busy time of year, so streaming right now is actually the easiest thing for me to do. But it actually gets you. So if I stream for 2 hours, that's like 4 or 5 independent videos. But I do plan on doing some more individual videos here in the future, so I can start getting back into that. I want to get back into putting out some more guides as well. But I appreciate you watching. Let's see. Ghoulish, you're on episode 40 of season 5. Nice, thank you. I appreciate that. Brian, your wife scares you? She stands in the darkest room in the corner of the room? I'm assuming you're talking about your in-game wife. Ghoulish, I appreciate it. I'm glad the guides are helping you, especially on console, because most of my guides, I mean, I make all of my guides on PC, and the majority of my guides were not geared toward console, but I believe that most of them fit the content well enough. Alrighty, let's see. I need to go over and cut some more planks for fencing. How much do I have on me? Any logs? Oh, I got a lot of logs, so I got plenty of room to make some planks. Gonna have to drink and eat again here in a minute. Let's run over to the logging village and cut some planks. That way I can continue working on the fencing. Getting that done. Brian, now with the update, you hear the baby laughter. Oh, well, your wife standing in the corner and the baby laughter. Oh, that'd be kind of creepy. Let's see, I need to mark there. Make sure I'm going the right way. We're just going to cut up through the tules. I don't know if we're going to run into bandits or not. Sometimes there's a bandit camp right there. Matter of fact, that was the bandit camp I ran into when I lost Miss Donkey. Uh-oh, wolf, I saw you. Just keep moving. Coming up on the backside of my lumber village here. Diamond, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're doing well. I'd like to say thank you for having so much wonderful content on this game. It's been a blast watching all of them. Well, I appreciate you watching. I don't get to catch you live stream very often, so this is awesome. Well, good. I'm glad you were able to catch it today. Really appreciate that. Alright, let's get off this. Alrighty. One here. Everybody's working at a station. I need... No, I don't need to talk to you. I needed you off of that. Yeah, free up workstation. Here we go. Go chop down a tree or something. Good. Now, we need planks. And let's... That'll be good. We'll do 1,100 planks. Ryan, you've earned a new friend today. Well, I appreciate that. A sub to toss a like. Awesome. Toss you a coffee on me. Brian, I appreciate it. That is completely awesome. Very much appreciated. You're off to pimp your villagers now. Okay, good job, man. Enjoy. Brian, enjoyed having you today. I appreciate it. Alrighty, so what is my hunger and thirst? Okay, so I do have some flatbread that's not going to poison me. I do have a little bit of water left. Do that. Matter of fact, I will drink one more and then I will add that bucket to my hot bar so I can refill it. And we're looking at, we're on day 3, right? Yeah, we're on day 3, so we can actually sleep the season away here in just a little bit. What time is it? 16:50. Alright, so I'm going to start heading back to mining village so I can sleep the season there. And I'll refill my bucket on the way. Shane, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Uh-oh. Wow. Yeah, that was having some weird lag spikes. I don't like that. Never really had lag spikes like that. Like I'm got at like 48 frames per second right now. I don't know that I've ever had the game drop frames like that. Yeah, see that? I don't know what happened there, but it took me down to 17 frames. So I don't know if it's some kind of an optimization issue or if I need to start looking at my settings again. But there's clearly something that is going on. I've never noticed frame drops like that, especially, you know, when I'm streaming and everything. Because I've got a lot of stuff open right now, so the game is, or the computer's having to work quite a bit. Alright, so I was going to fill my bucket. Let's do that. Where's the... Alright, let's get into here. Okay. It sounds crazy, but I found turning game mode off in Windows 10 settings helped with FPS dips and overall performance for all my games, including this one. See, that's the I might have to look at that, but I've never had frame rate drops in this game. Now I've had it in other games, but I've never had drops in this game. All right, let's take a little bath. So one thing you want to do at the end of autumn, whether you're dirty or not, you want to take a bath. Because I've noticed that if I don't take a bath going from autumn to winter, it looks like all winter long my face is dirty, even though it's not. I can't wash it off. And it's been that way for the longest time. You see my face is all nice and clean. All right, good. And it only seems to be going from fall to winter. It doesn't do it in any other season. That's only if you go to bed dirty. Ooh, made it. Need a ladder to get into the attic. That'd be kind of nice. Alright, so we're going to go F5. Can I do this sleep yet? I can. Now. Alright, so I did an F5. So we can... Actually, we'll do it again since now it's time. So we'll do an F5 and we'll sleep the season. Let's see what we get. See if we get any family quests pop up. Now, granted, the Herald probably won't pop up for us because he was just there. Let's see. A nobleman was passing through your village. He lost his purse in front of you. What will you do? Let the people have it. All villagers got 10 mood. Yes, thank you. All right, let's see. Wait. Where's my wife? Oh, there she is. No quest. And my son has no quest. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reload again. And because I did an F5 before season change, and I'm going to reload again. I'll probably do it one or two more times just to see if I can get family quest to pop, because I'd like to get some more of those if I can. Yeah, Shane, I don't know. I'll have to check that setting. I don't know. I would have, if it's on by default, I wouldn't know it because it's on by default. But I'll have to check those. All right, let's sleep the season again. There we go. Get out of first person. Sleep the season. Let's see if we can get a family quest to pop. Now, I always recommend at season change, if you don't have enough quests, side quests pop up in the different villages, then do a reload of your, so make sure you quick save before season change and then reload after the season change if you don't have enough side quests. I recommend 5 to 6 side quests, especially in the early game. That way you can increase that reputation and everything. That way you can build more buildings and get more villagers and stuff in. But I didn't get a family quest. I'm going to try this one more time. I don't know if I'm going to be getting family quests anymore or not. I don't know if there is a limit to the family quests or what, but I do know that there are some that I have not gotten because they were introduced into the game beyond when they were available. But I've had people tell me in chat and in other conversations that some of these quests are available, but I haven't seen them yet. Yeah, Malreaver, my PC is getting older as well. My GPU definitely needs an upgrade, but I am looking at building myself a new computer, bringing everything up to date, and then the computer I'm currently on is going to go to my kids, because it's about time that they have a computer as well. Okay. Let's do 5 again. Let's sleep the night, or sleep the season. If I don't get anything, this will be the last time I reload it. Let's see, man. Time no one passing through your village. Let your people have it. There you go. 10 mood again. Also, if you're doing a quick save before the end of the season and you get a bad event that is gonna, lower your production or your mood or your villagers by 20 or 30% or whatever, then you can actually reload and possibly either get no event or get a different event as well. Let's see, there's my wife. I didn't see where my son went. Is that him? I didn't see where he went. Oh, he's back here. So no, neither one of them had a quest. All right, well, I'm going to leave it at that then. I can go back and try later to try and get something different. But I think we're going to call this a stream. I appreciate everybody for being here today and joining me. I just realized I did all of my talking with the microphone off, so there we go. If you folks are liking these streams, definitely hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I greatly appreciate it. I want to thank everybody for your support today and coming out and watching the video or watching the stream and everything. Feel free to join me in my Discord. There's links in the description of every video for my Discord, my Twitter, my Facebook, all of that. I am in my Discord almost every evening, streaming whatever game I'm playing. Feel free to hop in and say hi, or if you wanted to just hop in and lurk and watch whatever game I'm playing at the time, feel free to do so. But I do that almost every evening in my Discord. But anyway, if you folks have a good day. Hope you have a good day. Folks, take care and happy hunting.